We have seen an Islamic insurgency gain speed, gain momentum, and now threaten a very significant oil find and regional security following the capture of a regional capital known as Palma.
Palma was considered safe. It was a refuge for some 40,000 odd IDPs as it was, in addition to being home to another probably 50 or 60,000 people. On Wednesday, March 24th, the insurgents attacked the town through 3 routes, starting with a commercial center, hitting banks. They hit government infrastructure. It sounds like they were targeting civil servants as well in the attack. As fighting began and grew worse, thousands of people fled the town, some into jungles and others went to the beach. And then something really amazing happened on that beach as boats were coming through the Mozambique Channel and saw this mass of humanity on the beach. They would pull over and pick people up and take them to safety. It was a really remarkable event that was really instrumental in saving thousands of lives. This has become a humanitarian crisis, with over 670,000 people displaced within Cabo Delgado and farther south into other provinces. The group that has been operating in Cabo Delgado is largely based on disgruntled youth from the coast. What we're seeing is a confluence of historical, social, economic, religious factors that have come to a boil in creating this group that has grown significantly since its first attack in 2017.
They were unable to practice their faith. They were harassed by the religious establishment and then subjected to military operations. Eventually, in October 2017, they attacked a town, and since then, they have conducted regular attacks, growing in sophistication, being able to withstand government offensives, and eventually starting to take towns, culminating with the attack on Palma. We consistently see smart, generally flexible and pragmatic approaches from the president, Filipe Nyusi, talking about even offering amnesty to some of these groups. The military doesn't seem to reflect that sort of vision and mainly has conducted human rights violations in the north and has fumbled many of the contests with the insurgents. This group has now been designated a foreign terrorist organization by the United States, and the United States has committed to send a couple dozen Marines to help train the Mozambique forces. The Portuguese government has made a similar commitment, and we know that the region is increasingly concerned. At the same time, there are also mercenaries that are operating in partnership with the Mozambican government. So the big questions really are, what will the government do with all of its various partners, both in the short and the long term? And of course, what will the oil companies do, given that the attack in Palma threatened their operations? What happens in northern Mozambique with respect to the insurgency will play a big part in whether this oil find, this gas find is viable, and whether or not some $60 billion of expected revenue will ever come online.